Hey everyone, this is Sakamui, and I'm going to be doing a spring 2021 anime preview of this upcoming slate of shows. So I've never done one of these before, but it's spring, which means new anime, new shows to watch, just more down the rabbit hole we need to go. So I'm just going to be going through this like a highlight reel. I'm going to be splicing the most interesting bits together, and hopefully you'll get an idea of what I'm going to be watching for this anime season. So let's just start from the top. All right, My Hero Academia Season 5. I dropped this show during Season 3 just because I stopped watching anime for a while, but I do know what happens in the manga because I did read up to the first half of Season 4, but I do know some of the more recent developments in the manga, and honestly, if it weren't for that, I probably would not be interested in checking this out. So this is going to be a maybe from me, but if I catch up to the manga where Season 5 is, I might as well pick it up. All right, Ijiranai de Nagatoro-san. All right, I've seen the trailer for this. It honestly just looks like she's just bullying him. Like, it's not nice. I feel so bad for him. Like, I wouldn't call that it literally says teasing and torturing her older male classmate. Like, it doesn't get any more explicit than that. I think I will just put this on the watching list, maybe. Just because it's the most popular show of the season. I'm guessing people are familiar with the source material. We'll see where it goes. All right, so I'm actually really excited for this show. This is To Your Eternity, and this was created by the person who did A Silent Voice, which is one of my favorite manga and films of all time. So I want to check this out just for that street cred alone. I think it's going to be 20 episodes. It's 2 core, which is a promising sign. It is a Crunchyroll original. I don't know whether that bodes well or worse for the show, but you know what? We're going to check it out 100%. I'm excited. I don't want to watch the trailer. I want to go into this completely blind. So I think this is How to Not Summon a Demon Lord, which I've never seen, so we're not watching. Fruits Basket, oh wow, it's already the final season? It feels like we got like 2 seasons within like a year, and it's already like the final season. TLDR, I've never seen Fruits Basket. I really want to, I've just never gotten a chance, so unfortunately, I'm not going to be checking it out. But maybe if time permits, I'll go back to the first season of the remake. Okay, so this is Shaman King, and I believe this is a reboot, because it says 2021. I'm somewhat familiar with, like, the source material, because I believe, like, demons, like, possess this guy, and, like, he gets powers, like, middle schooler. Honestly, I'm not really interested in it. I'm a little hesitant because of the studio that's behind it. I don't think Bridge has put out anything noteworthy, so I'm just going to put not watching. I'm not that interested. Unless something comes out that it's, like, a 10 out of 10 show, I'm just going to avoid. Zombieland Saga Revenge. I'm definitely going to be watching this. I haven't finished the original season. I've watched 3 episodes, but I'm going to finish it before this series premieres, so you can absolutely bet that I'm going to be checking this out to the very end. This show is, I believe it was an anime original, and it's so good. It's so good. I love it. Now what's this? Tokyo Revengers. Let's just read some of the synopsis. So let's see. Hanagaki is a freelancer who is now in the absolute pits of despair. Oh, okay, so he's like Nagito. And he has a girlfriend who falls off a train station, and then he goes back in time 12 years, and now he wants to get revenge on his life. Wow, so he has PTSD because his girlfriend died, and now he wants to like make amends. That's actually kind of interesting. I can't really get a read on the art because it's a little far out, but it looks pretty good. I'll check it out. Didn't Slime already get a second season? Or is this not Slime's second season? Is this like Diaries? Oh yeah, it's Diaries. I remember. Okay, yeah, because this is Dear Diary. I got reincarnated as Slime. And before this series becomes just a franchise and like a mega corporation, I'm not watching this. I haven't seen that show. What is this? Higo Soru, #Higehiro, swiftly rejected by his crush of 5 years. Then he sees a high school girl who says, I'm not saying that out of my mouth. And then he starts living with a high school girl and a 26-year-old salaryman? It's a Crunchyroll original, so I guess it should be pretty good. But it looks like the studio behind it is Project Number 9. I believe they're doing bottom tier character Tomozaki-kun this season, which I've unironically enjoyed. And I don't know about that premise, though. That's a little shady. You know what? I've seen Domestic Girlfriend. It can't get any worse than that. Whatever. we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what this show is. I don't know the translation. I don't want to bother to learn the translation because I'm not going to watch it. Another slime show. Why is there another slime show airing with another slime? I don't get it. I'm not watching. Eden Zero. So this is Hiro Mashima's third main manga behind Rave Master and Fairy Tail. And already, I think everyone has already clowned on this show because the MC and the other MC look exactly like Natsu and Lucy with some slight alterations. There's Happy doing his thing. Man, you know what? I heard Eden Zero was better than Fairy Tail, but it really bothers me that he's reusing character designs like this. I'm not really interested in Eden Zero. I'm not going to watch it. I'm sorry. Anyway, Megalo Box 2? It looks like the same studio too. So Megalo Box is getting a sequel. That actually gives me an incentive to go back and watch the original show because I only watched an episode of it. And I wasn't watching a lot of anime at the time, so I never caught on to Megalo Box. So you know what? I'll put this as a maybe. I don't want to read the synopsis too much just so I don't get spoiled on what happens in the second season in case that's important to this. But I'll keep you all updated if I watch Megalo Box. All right, 86. It's a light novel adaptation from A1 Pictures, who I feel like we haven't heard from in a long time besides Sword Art Online. Part of that might be because Cloverworks is now a subsidiary of Aniplex. War Without Casualties. War. Territories. This synopsis does not look clean at all. That's kind of a turnoff for me. I'm not going to watch. What is this? A Doga Kobo show. My childhood friend Shida. Okay, so god damn it, it's a first person. My childhood friend Shida Kuraha seems to have feelings for me. She lives next door, small and cute. But he already has a love, and she's an award-winning author. Totally original. Just like Eromanga Sensei 2.0. What's this? But then she has a boyfriend, and you want to die. Why is it no? Oh my god. I don't know how self-aware this show is, but the fact that it's in first person kind of indicates to me that maybe the humor's kind of self-aware. So, you know what? I'd rather catch up an older anime. Alright, Sentoin Hakushimasu. I don't know what this show is. Turns out evil takes initiative with world domination close at hand. The Kisaragi Corporation turns its sights on interstellar conquest, and who better to take over a magical world than two randomly assigned minions? They don't look like minions to me. But he's climbing up an evil corporate. So that's Illumination Entertainment, I guess, because there's minions, there's a corporation that's evil. God, is the Onceler here? I'm not watching this. Once you fall for someone, you can't stop the love. I didn't even read the title. A high-spec businessman who's loose with women, high school sister's best friend. I'll just read the last part. This is a romantic comedy about a twisted elite employee and a normal otaku. Why does this sound like Wotakoi? I know it's not one-to-one, but something with the aesthetic is like pushing me towards that direction. Also kind of reminds me, maybe it's just the first part of the title, but After the Rain. I love After the Rain. I don't know if I would like this show. It looks lighthearted though, so maybe it turns out to be a gem. I'll give it a maybe. Okay, Shadow's House, which is a manga. The story is set in a Western-style mansion on a cliff and centers around the aristocratic, faceless Shadow family. They live together with lifelike doll attendants who serve as their faces. The story focuses on the daily life of the house's inhabitants and gradually reveals its mysteries. So you know what? So it's a fantasy mystery. I can go for a mystery. Only issue is that I'm feeling a little broken from Cloverworks this season because they literally hit us with a double whammy of Wonder Egg Priority and Promised Neverland Season 2. I'm convinced that that was all a thought experiment to see how many minds they can break before the end of the winter season. So I don't know how to feel about this show. I don't even know if I should check it out. Do I indulge in Cloverworks shows again? Sure, why not? I'm a masochist. The World Ends With You, the animation. Okay, so I've seen a trailer for this. I'm not completely down on the aesthetic of the show. to be honest, because I think it has a weird blend of some CG in some cases. I don't want to completely write it off, but I am going to completely write it off because I'm going to play the game instead. SSSS.DYNAZENON. Okay, so this is the follow-up to Gridman, and I love Studio Trigger. I've never seen Gridman. If this is a standalone story, I'll check it out, but if it's not, then I only gonna put maybe, because that would require me to go back and watch Gridman and then catch up. I'm not sure. I'll think about it. Right now, I'll put maybe. We'll see. Oh, okay, I'm really excited about this show. This is from Wit Studio. It's an original show, and it's about a theme park managed by AIs. And I'm not sure exactly what this has to do with the entire thing, but it looks like there's a war between humans and AI. Wit Studio has had a great knack for creating just some great shows outside of Attack on Titan. Great Pretender came out in 2020, one of the best shows of that year. And honestly, I think there's enough credence behind the studio at this point that I would trust them to do right by this. I feel like I've heard the ReZero creator's name involved in this show at some point. I might be talking like nonsense, but I'll watch it. I'm excited for it. This looks like a sports show. What's the sport? Kabaddi. I don't know what Kabaddi is. Do I want to know what Kabaddi is? It's a contact sport. It's an action comedy. You know what? I'll just... No. Yeah, no. Dual high school student. No. Oh, this show! Bishonen Tanteidan. I have not seen the trailer, but there are two things that really make me want to see it. First, it's the Pretty Boy Detective Club. Second, Shaft is behind it. And I guess there's a third reason. This is also done by the creator of the Monogatari series, Nisio Isin. He was the writer of this. He creates great stories, creates unique stories, and I want to give creators that I've already loved another chance when they're doing something. So Shaft is behind it clearly. Hopefully, I don't know where a lot of their talent has gone as of late, because I think a lot of ex-Shaft are currently at A1 Pictures working on Kaguya-sama Season 3. I don't know who's still there. I'll check it out because I want to give them a chance. So yes, I'm watching it. JORAN, the Princess of Snow and Blood. The year is 1931. Prince Tokugawa Yoshinobu is 94 years old and holds absolute control over Japan. Blah, blah. Group planning assassination of Prince. Here's the important part. Sawa Yukimura, who works for this organization, suffered from an early age at the hands of the Kuchinawa boss. Her entire family was murdered, and she just dedicated her life to avenging their death. You know what? I have to say, out of all the posters I've seen, this has to be the coolest poster so far. It's clean. I think it just uses a very simple color palette of red, black, and white. Literally, I just want to watch it just because the poster has already grabbed me. Also looks like it's a Crunchyroll original. Yeah, I'll check it out. I've never seen that studio before. Have they done anything in the past? I don't know. Oh, it's an original show, though. Interesting. Okay, I'm watching. Moving on to the movies, I don't want to dive too deep into this because the issue with movies is that whether or not we'll even be able to see this movie completely depends on whether or not it gets licensed and then distributed to North America. We have no clue who's licensing these shows. We have no clue when they're coming out. But I do want to give a shout out to this one in particular because I did see a trailer for it. And the reason I was interested is because it's labeled as a music and as part of its genre, and the person who is doing the OST is Kensuke Ushio, who has done a sound voice. He's done a bunch of Miyazaki Uasa shows like Devilman Cryberry and Ping Pong the Animation, and most recently Japan Sings. He's got a phenomenal track record, and I want to check out this movie just for him. So I'm just going to say I am going to watch this whenever it comes to the US. I hope a good company licenses it out. In terms of these other movies, though, not for me. Oh, it is important, though. We need to go through the ONAs and the OVAs because some of these are shows that are airing on Netflix or some alternative platform. So we'll get through that. The first one is Gokushufudou. He was the fiercest member of the Yakuza. He was the immortal dragon. And then he decided to become a house husband. This looks like a comedy version of like a Yakuza story. where instead of like Kiryu kind of doing his own thing, it's almost like, oh, Kiryu decided to go become a house husband instead. Nothing too strange about that. I saw a trailer and the animation looked kind of iffy. I'm not gonna watch it, unfortunately. I am gonna watch these Kaguya-sama OVAs because I am a simp for all the characters. Yasuke is from MAPPA. Oh, this looks really cool. This is like a 6-episode thing, and there's like a Ronin from Africa, I believe. This looks awesome. I'm gonna check it out. It's only 6 episodes. Like you have to give it a shot. Godzilla's Singular Point. Is this the show where Godzilla just looks really thick? Yeah, that's the one with the thick legs. I believe it was done by a Studio Ghibli animator. So I'm looking at the show right now. The art reminds me of Blue Exorcist. I don't know what's giving me that vibe, but it seems like it's airing on Netflix. Now, I'm not a big fan of kaiju shows in general. I haven't watched a lot of kaiju, although my mind's slowly being changed because I'm currently playing 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. I'm having a blast with it, and you know, I'm willing to open up to this. It looks like it's a collaboration between Orange and Bones. Bones is obviously very reliable. Orange, I don't remember. Oh wait, Orange is Beastars, right? Beastars and Land of the Lustrous? They're the 3D CG studios, so they must be handling the CG for this. Oh, that's kind of interesting. That's a good get from Netflix. You know what? I'll check it out. It should be very easy to access. Whether or not it actually comes out this season is a little strange because you all know how like Netflix kind of waits to release all of the episodes until it's completely aired, and then they'll drop it later. I remember they did this with like Violet Evergarden. They've done it with BNA. It might take a little bit of time. We'll see. Etotama Nyankyaku Banrai is apparently a sequel, so I can't watch that. Hetalia, World Stars. I've heard of Hetalia. I don't know what it is though. And the rest of these shows, 611. Apparently it's already airing and people do not like it. So I'm just gonna not touch that with a 10-foot pole. And then there's a Gundam show, and then there's a Beyblade show, and then there's some web anime on an astronomy club. I'm not gonna watch any of those. But yeah, that is it for the Spring 2021 anime preview. And looking back on it, it looks like there's a fair number of shows that I'm interested in. I don't think I committed to a lot of shows. I think the one I'm most excited for is Fumetsu no Anata E, Zombieland Saga, and Tokyo Revengers are definitely at the top of my list. If you did enjoy it, please feel free to like this video, subscribe, and comment. This is what seriously helps the channel out with visibility and getting more people to see what types of shows are airing this season. And if you have any suggestions for how you'd like to see me approach a future preview, whether you want it to be shorter or longer, or you want me to do a little bit more research before I go into it, leave all of those comments in below. And with that, that's all I have. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.